Thank you guys so much for tapping your sticks and for doing your warm up with me today. You guys did amazing. We are going to jump into our full body three and we are going to start with our gripping sit up. Now, for this, you're still going to need one of those sticks for our little buddies to hold on to. And just like we did the last time I did a video with you guys, you're going to have your little buddies hold on to the end, and you parents are going to hold in the middle. That way they are leaning back and you're going to help them do a sit-up. So they're going to hold here, you're going to grab in the middle. We're going to be helping them pull up into a sit-up, making sure that they're using those tummy muscles and getting a nice curve in their back as they're pulling up forward. You guys can even help them pull up into a stand if you'd like, or if you'd like to practice more of that, you can have them, as they're rolling back down, you can have them do this several times. You can have them put their feet on the inside of that stick, and you can even have them go into a sole hang. Make sure you got a good strong stick to do this with, whether it's a broom handle or you've got like a dowel rod, anything like that that's going to be thick enough and sturdy enough to hold our little buddies up in the air. All right, little gym friends, our next activity for our full body three is going to be our Fireman Carry. So we're going to have our little buddies over our shoulder with their hands behind, and you want to make sure that you're holding their hips or their legs so that their hands and their head are going to be going behind you. And we're going to give a little bit of a spin very gently. That way we're getting that vestibular system moving again. So just spinning gently in one direction and then spinning back in the other direction. That way they are getting that movement as you're going and getting just a little bit of that inner ear fluid moving. Our last activity for our full body three is going to be a supported back bridge. So for this, parents, I need you guys to sit in a plank with your feet out in front of you, and you're going to have your little buddy laying on their back across your legs. That way they're getting a nice backward curve on their back like they would be for getting a bridge. You guys can have them reaching way up over their head and leaning down toward the floor with one side and making sure if they're tall enough for their feet to be touching on the other side. That way you're getting that full arched back movement. Now, as they are laying with their hands back behind their head, you can have them bring them up toward their shoulders and bring those knees up towards their chest to get them into a nice tuck as they're going. My poor little tiger is too small, so his knees are really tiny. So he's going to bring his feet and his knees all the way up into a nice tuck, just like this. You want to make sure that they get those knees up as high as they can go up to their chest. You guys are doing such a good job watching your mommies and daddies and watching me today. Now it's time for you parents to have your little buddies watching you, and we're going to get our ball or balls out depending on how many you have, and we're going to start with rolling back and forth. So I tend to sit a lot of times crisscross applesauce, but when I'm at the gym, I try to sit in a straddle, which is a V shape with my legs. That way, if I'm rolling the ball back and forth with one of our little buddies, it's got a good wide area for them to make kind of a goal with so that they can hit the inner side of your legs as well. So you can roll that back and forth with your little buddies. That way they are understanding where the ball is supposed to be going. It gives them a bigger target essentially. Now our next activity for these guys to do with our balls today is to be practicing throwing back and forth. If they're not quite as good as catching, you can have them just doing the throwing part, maybe making a basketball hoop with your arms, or maybe having a sideways hoop for them to throw through. Or you could even try with a laundry basket to give them a target, anything like that where they're going to be practicing throwing, and you want to be the one showing them how to do that movement first, whether it be throwing back and forth and playing catch if they're a little bit older, or for the little ones, just have them practicing that throwing toward a target. The next one is going to be really, really great to do if you guys are outside. You can still do it inside. It'll just have to be a little bit smaller of an activity. Is going to be kicking the ball. Now for kicking, one of the things that I like to do is I always try to practice with the inner side of my foot. It is a little bit harder for the little ones to do. And if you've got one of our little ones that isn't quite walking yet, a really good way to get them into the motion of walking and kicking is to hold them just brushing the floor underneath their arms. That way they've got a good support and you're kind of brushing them toward the ball. So you can have them on the floor, have the ball in front of them on the floor and brush them toward the ball. Now the last one you can do is a really, really easy one. It's going to be bouncing the ball. So it's just going to be throwing the ball down for them to catch. This is made of yarn, so it doesn't bounce very well. But if you guys have got one that's full of air, it's going to be a lot better. So you're going to throw it down and kind of show them that pushing down movement even if you have to help them push it down, pushing down so that it bounces back up, just like that. And we want to make sure that we're emphasizing that push down. It's going to really help them understand that bouncing motion. All right, all my little buddies, thank you so much for practicing playing with the balls today. Now we are going to be doing our bubble time. Now, parents, for this one, we are going to have a special activity for you guys to try and see if they will watch you and follow along with you. You guys are going to start, after blowing bubbles, try and jump on the bubbles. And make sure that you're not telling them, follow me, watch me, do what I do. Make sure that you're just jumping and seeing if they follow along with you. Even if they don't follow along right away, sometimes it takes a minute for them to kind of get it in their mind, oh yeah, I should do what mommy's doing, or I should do what daddy's doing, and try and jump for themselves. If they're not quite jumping by themselves yet because they're either not walking or they just haven't figured out that jump yet, you can help them jump on the bubbles. Or if they're not feeling up to jumping today, they can stomp on the bubbles, they can kick them, whichever one they're wanting to do. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3, get the bubbles! Get all those bubbles! Keep getting them, they're still there! Keep going! They're almost gone! They really are almost gone. Uh-oh. Last ones! You try to get the bubbles. Oh, I got one! I got 2! All gone. Thank you guys so much for playing along and doing bubbles with me today. Thank you. I had so much fun. All right, little gym friends, before we go for the end of our lesson, we are going to talk about the things for you guys to practice outside of our little lesson today. The first thing is going to be practicing following the leader. So parents, for you guys, this is going to be them following your example. So if you guys are, say you guys are washing your hands or you guys are brushing teeth at the same time, anything like that where you're kind of showing them the way, or anything that you guys are doing that's going to be a good follow the leader activity. You guys could be maybe outside drawing with chalk since we're all stuck at home. It's a good way to get you guys outside and in the fresh air, kind of moving around a little bit. You could also try anything where we're doing like the ball activities where you're showing them how to do it. We also want to really emphasize working on those full body 3. So the biggest ones for that are going to be that arched back, like we did for our supported bridge. If they are wanting to try the full bridge, you can give them a good support under their back and lift just a little bit to get them in that movement so you get that curve in their back. You can also practice doing the fireman carry with them over your shoulder as well, and making sure that you are doing that gripping sit-up. So you're going to have them holding onto the stick as you are pulling them into a sit-up, or practicing those soul hangs, anything like that where they're getting that good gripping on the stick and the movement of that. The movement is very important. Now, before we sing our goodbye song, we have one little song to sing together, and it's one of my absolute favorites from the gym. I wonder if you guys remember a guy named Tony Chestnut. Do you remember him? I think we should do a silly little song about him, okay? So I am going to sit with my knees up like this so that I can reach to my knees, my toes. I'm also going to need my chest, my nose, and my eyes. Can you guys point to all of the different body parts when we say them in the song? Are you ready? Let's try it together. 1, 2, 3. Toe, knee, chestnut, nose, I love you. toe, knee, nose, toe, knee, nose, toe, knee, chestnut, nose, I love you. That's what toe, knee, nose. Good job, little buddies. I love that one. You guys can try that one at home too. It's really going to help emphasize those different body parts and really going to help them understand the correlation between the word and the body part. One last thing, parents, remember that as soon as we are done with our goodbye song, for you guys to get that favorite storybook out and go ahead and have a story time. So whether you are watching this in the morning, the afternoon, the evening before bed, this is going to be a great way to emphasize that reading with the older ones of our little buddies as well. All right, my friends, it's time for us to sing our goodbye song. Are you ready? Let's all clap and sing together. 1, 2, 3. Oh, everyone, please clap your hands and sing along with me. Bye bye, gym friends. We'll see you soon. See you soon. See you soon. Bye bye, gym friends. We'll see you soon. Bye bye, gym friends. Are you ready? Let's bang our drums. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's play our drums. Bye bye, gym friends. Bye bye, gym friends. Bye bye, gym friends. It's time to go on home. Woo! Bye, my little gym friends. I miss you all so much. I hope you have a great week. Mwah.